Now, also,
Mm.
Charlie, can you kind of tell us a little bit more? Because again, I learned so much from your book, so it was great. As far as, can you discuss with us more about the fictitious disorder imposed on another FDIA? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this used to be called Munchausen by proxy, and the the current most famous case, I think, right now is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Have you heard of her?
I haven't. It sounds familiar, but I have not.
Haven't.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
She's blowing up on YouTube at the moment. I mean, she she's an extreme case. So her
Okay.
mum basically kept her in a wheelchair and basically lived off of her, um, you know, getting support from other people, getting charity from other people. She even got a house. She was
Mm.
on these, TV shows and um, those shows where they give people houses. I can't remember what it's called, but there is a show here in the UK. So they obviously have something like that in the US as well. So this
Mhm.
girl she basically had to fake that she was really, really ill her whole life for her mother
Mm.
because her mother was living off of her, and
Oh.
she couldn't cope with it. She lived with it for about 24 years, and then she actually got her mother murdered, like because that was the only way she
Mm.
could escape. Um, being a,
Wow.
that was the only way that she could escape her mother's because she didn't think that she could run away. So
Oh my god.
but that's a really, really extreme case. My mum
Right.
doesn't have an extreme case of Munchausen, but she had a touch of it. Now the really strange thing is when I was ill, genuinely ill, she hated that. I had appendicitis. I almost died of appendicitis because she wouldn't take me to the hospital. I had really
Mm.
severe food poisoning once, and she wouldn't do anything. She forced me to go to school, even though I had severe food poisoning and I was throwing up on the way to school.
Mm.
She hated when I was really sick, but she got into this really strange habit when I was about I suppose I don't know, I was 12, 13, 14, that kind of age. She started taking me to the doctors, and I started seeing these specialists, and she convinced the doctors that I had arthritis. I don't have
Mm.
arthritis. What I had was
Yeah.
chilblains because she was very mean, which is another trait of narcissism, and she
Mhm.
never had the house warm enough. She basically she did have the money to heat the house because she keeps the house nice and warm for herself now that she's the only person in it. No,
Oh.
um, she
Mhm.
kept me in a quite a cold environment. So because the heating wasn't on enough, I would come in from the cold and I would have to sit by the radiator all the time to get any warmth. It wasn't warm enough to heat the room. So I didn't
Mhm.
know any better as a child. So I'd come
Right.
in and I'd spend the whole night with my hands on the radiator. So
Mm.
they'd get all inflamed because of the extreme of coming out from the cold and putting them on the radiators. So I didn't know. I suffered with that until I left home. I didn't know that they would just disappear if I lived in a warmer environment. So
Mm.
she knew that they were chilblains, you know, and she
Mhm.
she succeeded in convincing these specialists that I had arthritis. So I was
Wow.
being dragged to all of these specialists, and then it was like one day she just got bored of it, and the or maybe something happened in the background that I wasn't aware of. Maybe they were aware, or they caught on to her. I don't know, but the appointments just stopped. They just
Okay.
stopped overnight. So
Mm.
yeah,
Wow.
that was a weird moment. She seemed to just get off on taking me to see all these specialists. It was really weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe do you think it was more so she wanted to feel good about herself, like, "Oh, look, my daughter has arthritis. You see, I'm doing the right thing by taking her to the doctors." Like, I don't know, that's
Exactly.
weird.
It
Yeah.
it made her look like a caring parent.
Right.
But
Caring parent, yeah.
why she wanted these specialists who didn't know her from Adam, why she cared what they thought about her, I don't know. you know. But
Yeah.
because of course I knew that she didn't like me being sick. So
Right.
it didn't make any sense to me what she was doing.
Mhm. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that again. That's just I'm sorry again that you had to go through that, but I'm glad that, like I said, you was able to recover and move past it and now you're aware and, sharing it with others. So,
Yeah.
hopefully again somebody hearing the story, maybe they're dealing with a situation similar to yourself so they can,
Yeah.
know what to do. So that's amazing.